Hey, Angela. Thank you for joining me today. As you know, my name is Marina, and I will be leading our discussion today. I'm a student at Harvard Extension School and currently working on designing a whale watching app to understand how mobile technology can help improve whale watching experience for everyone, particularly between nature lovers and customers / tourists. I'd like to start by, again, thanking you for joining us. Your feedback is very important and will be very helpful in any future design changes. The estimate is that this interview will take us around 30 to 40 minutes to complete. I hope that's okay with you still, but I know you're busy, so we'll try to maybe do this even shorter. Anyway, so during the interview, I'll be asking you a few questions. I'll start by asking you some questions about yourself and things that you like to do. And then we'll go through a series of tasks in whale watching app. So during the testing, I will be asking you some questions and your experience using the app after the testing has been completed. Just know there are no right or wrong answers. I would like to hear your genuine thoughts on the app, on both designs, and that will be really helpful in future improvements. And so with your permission, I would like to record our session today. Recording will be posted on YouTube and will only be used for internal documentation and review purposes. Do you agree?
I agree, and it's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. All right, well, first I would like to start by asking you, if you just give me one moment, I have some questions prepared for you here. Sorry.
No worries. And while you do that, I just want to let you know I'm a big fan of whales, and actually I have a whale stamp on my jacket. I really do. Yeah, and I didn't plan this, so imagine that. What are the chances? I just noticed there's a little whale sign on my jacket. And
that is awesome.
I think I got this when I was whale watching, so
really
love
that's
them.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all right. First, I would like to start by asking if you can tell us something about yourself and what do you do for.
Yes. So my name is Angela Petrovic. I live in Chicago. I work for Peapod Digital Labs, which is an e-commerce company in retail. We actually own Stop and Shop and Hannaford stores that are, you live in Boston, so they're nearby. I lead a strategy team. And we actually my company developed our native apps. So I've been in a lot of session and demos. So I'm happy to contribute as I can to your app. And
I knew you
were questions.
And get so thank you again for agreeing on this interview.
And you asked me in my free time what I like to do.
Yes.
I play a lot of volleyball. I bike. I love hikes. I'm on a mission to visit all U.S. national parks. I did whale watching in Hawaii in the past and in Boston area as well. I just enjoy animals and nature overall. So I'm happy to, contribute to something this cool.
Awesome. So that would be, my questions. What are your hobbies or interests, but especially related to the outdoor activities, but you already answered that one. So how often do you engage in outdoor activities or nature related activities? And another one is, what does nature and wildlife conservation means to you?
Yeah, but I would say any day I can. So probably multiple days a week. I try to get outside, even if it's a park or the lake here. I do care a lot about animals and so yeah. I don't know if you have a specific question, but yes, just sea life and with all of the plastic pollution that we have, it's something that I care about. And maybe when I shop, I try to buy products and I support companies that do invest into these efforts. So
and Can you tell me how comfortable are you with using mobile apps for planning activities or learning about nature?
Very comfortable. Yeah, I am comfortable with that.
Do you have any of your favorite apps by any chance that you would like to share with us? And why do you prefer them?
Typically when I depends on where I go. If I'm going, to a resort, they typically have companies they partner with. Like for example, there's a company called Outside. So you can book different tours and watching different
Mm-hmm.
like dolphin watching. I went to a dolphin watching tour and
Mm-hmm.
I used I did it not with a mobile app, but I did it via laptop app. But overall, like there are a lot of apps, like even on Airbnb now you can book different
Mm-hmm.
experiences and I think TripAdvisor. There are a lot of different apps or web pages
Mm-hmm.
that I utilize to book things.
And can you tell me how do you think an app like this could enhance your understanding or enjoyment of marine environments? And like, is there any feature in particular or information that would make this app more useful or enjoyable for you?
I think the fact that you can learn on it and maybe test your knowledge, or even if like there in the future, if there is a functional, like play a game, so you
Mm-hmm.
can pick your whale and play some type of a
Mm-hmm.
game, could be an interesting thing to do as well. But I think it's a fair app. Like for example, one thing that I don't like about the apps is that my memory on my phone is limited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like downloading apps for everything.
Yeah,
So I might download it, use it, and then once I'm done with the program,
just delete it.
unless I'm the biggest fan of whales in the world, I might delete it and then reinstall it one day. But
Okay.
keep space on the phone is
Mm-hmm. All right, that's a good thing to know. And can you tell me what sparked your interest in whale watching and what keeps you engaged with this activity? I know it's not something that you do obviously every day, but
yeah,
um
yeah, I mean, they're such a huge animals, and it's just so majestic to see them in their natural habitat that
mm-hmm,
it's just mesmerizing. So I enjoy
mm-hmm,
watching it. Yeah, it's a nice activity to do when you are in an area that for
yeah.
sure you can see them. Sometimes you're gonna go and not see anything, which can be disappointed, but it's disappointing. But in certain times of a year, your chances are really high. So that's a nice activity.
And can you describe your process for organizing, for example, whale watching trip, or it doesn't matter if you're going to a new hiking place? What are the steps you typically take from start to finish?
Yeah, I think I Google whenever I'm going somewhere, think the best things to do in this area, and then like a lot of things come
Mm-hmm,
up. And then maybe like bar hopping will be there, but it's not something that interests me. So I explore things that interest me. And then if I see that at that time of a year, whale watching is like very recommended, I might, you know, go and see which companies offer it. I would look at reviews. And then mostly I look at reviews to pick
okay.
company I'm gonna use. That's the biggest point for me. And then another thing is price point and what are they as a company doing to give back to
Mm-hmm.
the nation stuff. So I think reviews, price point, and then the goodwill that company, like the company operations, or what they stand for.
And can you tell me about how much time usually do you allocate for planning such activities?
um
Approximately, obviously. I know it depends, but
I don't know, like 2 hours max.
okay. All right.
If I just said I do actually do a big amount of research,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of comments. I want to make sure if I'm investing a few hours of my day, they're enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. And if you can recall your most recent whale watching trip, how it aligned with your expectations, and also what are some hesitations or challenges that you faced, during your trip. Yeah, especially if, well,
Um,
you're not new to it, but.
Yeah, the last time I did it, I booked it in person, actually. I didn't use the app because I was walking on the street and I saw a little kiosk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was as expected. One thing that wasn't good on board is like I was freezing. It
Yeah.
was unbelievably cold and I
Mm-hmm.
just thought it's gonna not be that cold. But the good thing is that they gave me not one, but two blankets.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
and like I don't know how you say that in English, like the rain protector thing.
Windbreaker, maybe?
Yeah, windbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah. Windbreaker. Which I had one, but like it was a jacket, but they gave
Yeah.
and like a longer thing. So I was fine, but I should have known better, but it was like extremely hot day and then just
Mm-hmm.
quickly turned into a bad day. So the only thing that could have been better.
And can you take me, can you tell me what are your tech preferences when it comes to apps like whale watching app or let's say maybe even hiking app?
Preferences in terms of what exactly?
Like what would you like, what features do you think would be useful? Obviously, depending on the activity, but let's say while watching or in this, what you mentioned, you like to hike. So
Yeah,
maybe if you're preparing to go on a hiking activity, what are the features that you would appreciate that one app has? So you don't have to like Google and you know look in multiple places for information
yeah.
that you need.
I think reviews of people, again, the most important thing for me, a lot of pictures
Mm-hmm.
that are realistic, not
Mm-hmm.
like, staged photos and stuff. I want to see where I'm going to be sitting. How is this going to look like? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
prepared. Um,
Do you think in
I
that
mean,
sense it
and
would
like
help?
obviously the app layout, how fast the
Mm-hmm.
app is, it's important. If you have an app that takes like a few seconds to load, it can be extremely frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you can
Okay.
navigate it to find like checkout or something,
Mm-hmm.
frustrating a bit.
All right. Um, and let's say another question is, well, first of all, do you think when it comes to what I just asked you, do you think that you mentioned realistic pictures? Do you think it would be great to actually see pictures that, you know, customers or tourists took instead of, um, as you said, stage pictures? That would
I
be
think
more,
both. I think both are important. When you go to customer reviews, you can show pictures there and videos as
okay.
well. And then you can like filter and look at just pictures and videos. Or like
Mm-hmm.
filtering of reviews is good. I want to read like 1-star reviews. I want to read 5-star reviews. I want to read the most recent reviews.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, yeah.
Um, are you currently, I mean, in search of any new technologies or platforms to assist with, again, whale watching trips or in the future, something that you would think of, or again, any other that,
Oh, I'm gonna probably go on Google what I need, and then whatever is sponsored or whatever comes up first, I'm gonna open a few things and typical,
mm-hmm,
sometimes even Reddit. You ask
mm-hmm,
what's good company for whale watching in XX, and then
mm-hmm.
like will answer that. So I look at Reddit as well.
Do you have any like particular app that you can recall that you use that you really liked for any really of the outdoor activities?
The trail tracking thing was really good. I don't know what the exact name of the app is. I could take a
Mm-hmm,
look, but I think they do a nice job. Like people leave recommendations on which
mm-hmm,
routes they can, again, all about customer reviews. So
mm-hmm.
that's a really good one.
Okay. Any particular like feature that you really liked? That
Hmm,
what you just mentioned, or
yeah, what I just mentioned, kind of like seeing like, I really like when they exactly tell you like how hard or easy it is, what is the elevation, how many minutes it takes to complete, which way to go, ability to use this map even offline, to
okay.
download maps when you're flying. There are a lot of cool things. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. I think I mean for right now we can start with testing the prototype one. And what I would do is I would ask you, I have a script or like series of tasks that I would like to for you to complete. And then obviously while you're doing that, it would be great to hear your feedback if you think something is complicated, or you think obviously something can be done way quicker, more efficient. Yeah, so basically any thoughts that you might have would be awesome to share, because it would help me improve this app later on. All right, so
That's good.
yeah,
Go ahead.
do you have any questions for me before we start?
No, I'm happy to share feedback. I always have ideas. Even though when something looks better, you can make it in a different way. And my way doesn't mean that it's the right way, but I'll share some ideas.
Oh, absolutely. I know you, as I said at the beginning, I know you will have a lot of great ideas and will help me a lot. So I would like to start by asking you to book a trip. So all the way to basically payments, like processing payment and getting confirmation that your trip is booked.
Like typically, I know now when I click on the whale, it shows me where I need to click, but I would like consider writing something like start your Finverse adventure, something like that, and like make that clickable as well. So I don't have to go here.
So basically a second spot where it can take you to the main.
Yeah, but when I click here, I would also want to get on here.
Okay.
So that's like the first idea. So you want me to book a trip, okay?
Yes.
Another thing is like it's
so I haven't just to say it, I haven't made obviously every single thing clickable. So
okay, sounds good.
For now, yeah, just the region. So it will be US, obviously would have multiple options at the time. 10 a.m. is what is clickable, but yeah.
Yeah, this looks nice. Do I need to enter this?
No, you can just confirm the payment, basically.
Perfect. Maybe like, do you ask me for my email anywhere? So you send it on my email as well as a confirmation?
I did not include that, but that would be definitely a good option to have, or to maybe even add it to your Apple Wallet or something.
Yeah, Apple Wallet. That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Other thing that I would like to ask you is, let's say you're very curious about learning about whales, in particular, finding more information about humpback whales. And so if you can try and navigate to humpback whales background and description. Yep. Do you think that was fairly easy, or
yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, and obviously you didn't add pictures yet, but once you add pictures, it's going to be even more interesting.
Yeah, and in this stage, we don't really have a lot of colors or pictures. That's in the final stage of the app. All right, yeah. So next thing that I would like to ask you is, let's say you're curious about hearing how whales sound underwater and hear their songs. I would like to ask you to basically listen to whale music. And see if it's easy to add it to favorites.
Let's see. You see, like, this is something to think about. Maybe I want to listen to whale tunes
before
the trip, so it's maybe you can have it there as well.
Okay, so you would suggest adding it in both places, so you can check the playlist. Yeah. And then only first one, deep water whale. Yeah. And so not sure how you feel about the options that I listed above, but basically you can add it to your favorites. There's your
kind of like a Spotify or YouTube or something.
Yes.
That's really nice, because I actually listen to a lot of relaxing, calming ocean waves and soul music, and I think this could be very interesting, especially like when you see them.
And
you hear this?
No, unfortunately not.
Because I can't hear it. Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you, you said for you also it's very important to like prepare for the trip. And you mentioned that one time that when you booked the whale watching trip on the kiosk and you really wasn't prepared. So I would like to ask you to actually prepare for the trip. So navigate to the checklist. So I'm curious if you think something like this would be especially for people who are, you know, first
Going there
timers
for the first time, yeah.
whale watching. Do you think this is something that would be maybe useful? And is there anything you would change or add here?
Could add SPF.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously a lot of things will
Like
be
a lot of
listed.
things like this, but like no, it's a good idea to have a little checklist. You could have like maybe there could be a pop-up a day before the trip or the day off, because you know when someone booked, hey, did you check the checklist? Did you bring everything you might need on board? That could
Yeah.
be an interesting thing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Um, all right. And then you would like to, you read about the whales, let's say humpback whales, and you would like to test your knowledge. So I would like to ask you to navigate to the quiz. I didn't make anything clickable.
Yeah.
It was just more to see kind of
Yeah.
and again, this is also some maybe activity that can be also added before the trip as well, not just on board. But the
Well,
idea
that's the thing, is that when you're on board, you probably don't want to do anything. You want to
that
look at
is true. That
mostly.
is
So
very
maybe
true.
this can be like
Oh, like
um
before the trip.
test your knowledge, or
Okay.
like learn, like you could think of
Yeah,
some as entertainment type of a tab. Yeah.
okay, the idea is to rename it, yeah, eventually. But yes, you're right. That's a good thing actually to people usually just want to watch instead of being on their phone. So
Well, they
uh
probably take a lot of pictures too.
that is true, but yeah, meaning on the app, you're probably not going to spend that
Yeah.
much time. It was more, I mean, the idea for me was when you're going on such a trip with the kiddos, this would be a great way to kind of keep them engaged until you reach the point where you can see the whales. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I
but
like
yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah,
great to
because it
know
does
that.
take time. But
Yeah,
if you're on a speedboat, it's really hard to look at anything.
that is
So,
true. Okay, that is true.
so
That
yeah,
is true.
but it's a good idea. I like that. Yeah. Nice.
um Then I know you care a lot about nature, and I would like to ask you to navigate to basically whale conservation. So we have the option to adopt a whale or you can donate.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. So if you can read maybe about, yeah, why adopt a whale, that would be awesome. Is there something here maybe that you would add? Do you think it was pretty straightforward?
No, this looks really nice. Maybe you can like even have a gift a whale to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this has that, but like if I know someone loves whales, I can send them
That would
something
be,
swag
that is a
against.
good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea. I like
It's
that.
more up to that business versus you, or the creator of the app. So
Mm-hmm. All right. And now I would like to ask you to explore whale sightings on the interactive map, on the live map.
whale what?
To explore whale sightings. So where was the
Here? Uh-huh. I see. Okay.
and again, I know it's something that also can be done before, not just on board, but in general.
Yeah.
So if you can, yeah, if you can just open the interactive map, in this case, live map.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
And so the idea is to kind of see, this would be the live map. The idea is to
Because
also
they're
have,
chips.
yes, exactly. So you can actually track the whales and you can actually know before the trip. You know, again, it's something that you can interact before you go on such activity. Where were whales last seen, and kind of based on that pick your location for whale watching. But I would also like to include one more feature, and that's that maybe you can select it per years or months, because obviously not all destinations are good, you know, throughout the year. So as we know, in New England, it's from like May till September. End of September is like the best time to go whale watching. So all right, yeah, so those were the tasks basically that I wanted to ask you for this prototype one. You can also play around if you want and kind of explore other options, but I would just like to see if you whether you have any you know, did you like something, did you dislike something in this prototype?
I think you did a really nice job. I think obviously you have some fine tuning to do, but I love
Yeah.
the icon you picked. I love the fonts. It's clean and easy to navigate. I think the biggest opportunity I would say is to figure out like
Mm-hmm.
the before the trip and on board, kind of like what's living where. But this part, booking a trip, was like very easy and clear. Um, so no, I think you did a nice job.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you.
sure.
All right, now if you want to proceed and maybe open the prototype two.
Yeah.
And in pretty much I would ask you same or similar question.
I can kind of, if you want, I can just go around and try to navigate everything that we've done so
Yeah,
far. Or
you can, yeah, definitely. And again, not every button is clickable yet at this stage,
yeah,
but
yeah, I understand. No worries. My internet is a little slow, so sorry
it's
about
okay.
that. Okay. I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
There's a big parade happening in Chicago
Oh,
tonight.
really?
Yeah. Okay, here is the Finverse.
Yes.
So if I try to book the trip, I can select the
I
destination.
didn't again make
Yeah,
everything clickable, but you get the point.
yeah, I can book it as well. Before the trip, I can navigate to prepare to the trip, see my
So
check.
here, yeah, so here it's the idea is to once you select something, you would also be able to see why maybe you should bring certain things. And again, text and everything will be changing.
Yeah.
But I
And
wanted
it's
to make something.
there is some like humor in this as well, which is nice.
Yeah, so here's also finding a parking. Instead of Googling, you can use the app to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is always important. Like when you go to harbors, it's hard to find something, so that's good. Types of whales. Yeah. Okay. Um,
So, um,
you want me to go anywhere else here?
yeah, so I would like to ask you to navigate to adopt a whale and
Okay.
then see. I didn't make that clickable, but I would like you to check out the whales that are available for adoption. So, Do you think
Oh,
that's
this is cute. I love their names. That's really nice.
I just quickly made them up.
Oh,
But yeah, just wanted to check if you think maybe this feature is
this is really nice. Like having a name to them really makes me want to adopt one even more.
okay.
Yeah.
And there are pictures, obviously.
Especially if I can name it by someone, that'll be even cooler.
Okay. Yeah.
Baby
Um,
Sally has
so,
a baby and
yeah, the idea is
call
to
that baby
obviously
Marina.
when you click on certain whale, that you would get information about the whale. Last sighting maybe even include their song and
Okay. Okay.
there's yeah, and then also have the option to adopt a whale, or even as you mentioned earlier, to give it to someone as a gift.
It's nice.
But yeah, basically, so you already checked the checklist. I wanted to ask you that. You can review the whale species information. You did that actually as well. You can also engage with the interactive map, test your knowledge.
I like what I like here, what I like about this is that I'm not clicking into one word. I can still swap to something else without having the double click. I think in
Okay.
the prototype, I would need to enter before the trip and I would go need to navigate back to this. Here, it's everything in one place. I like that other thing visually better, but I actually like that I'm able to, it's
Okay.
easier to move from section to section like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is becoming loud, but this parade is kicking
It's
off.
okay.
Yeah, I can do this as well. Nice. Okay, do you want me to navigate to somewhere else?
No, I mean pretty much that was everything on my list. The adopt a whale, book a whale watching tour, you already did that at the very beginning. So yeah, I think we can wrap up with this when it comes to the testing part. I would just like to ask you a few questions. So first of all, what is your impression of the Finverse app? And why do you think someone would use this app?
I like it. I think to your point, those who might not know a lot about whales can inform themselves about this. I think everything they need is in one place. They can book a tour, they can learn about whales, they can possibly even buy merchandise, they can play a game, test their knowledge. I mean, not play a
Mm-hmm.
game, and not a lot of knowledge, maybe in the future play a game. But yeah, I think it's fun and like I would be interested to explore the app.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the next question that I wanted to ask you would be, can you see yourself using this app and how do you think this app would actually help you?
Yeah, I think if I have enough memory on my phone, I would definitely want this
Okay.
app. And then like when I'm close to like hitting my max because I don't have the online storage, I
Mm-hmm.
would delete all the apps I'm not using
Okay.
frequently. But let's say if I was a big whale lover, which I like them, but I'm not obsessed with them, I would probably use the app all the time and have it on my phone because it's something different.
Okay. All right. And can you tell me what do you think might actually stop people from using this app?
What might stop them? Besides the memory on their phone.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. I think people have a lot of apps on their phones, so sometimes it's just easier to book somewhere on an app you already have, like
Okay.
Airbnb or Trip Travelocity or
Mm-hmm.
some different apps, than like downloading another app and then signing up for it and stuff. So,
Okay.
and putting your card information. So perhaps a good one is like partnering with Bolt or PayPal for people to easy check out or use their digital wallet. I
Mm-hmm.
think I don't like when I need to insert my
Okay.
credit information. It's like I do it.
Add Apple Pay, yeah, all the methods of payment. Okay. Awesome. And what do you think is most appealing when it comes to this app?
I think the ease of use and the content, especially if it's like well thought through and you
Okay.
use information that's reliable. Um, I think it's nice. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
everything about whales in one place.
And what do you think was the hardest part about using this app, or was there anything surprising or unexpected about this app?
No, there was
Okay.
nothing.
All right. Was there anything missing from this app that you expected? And would
I mean, I would
you?
expect pictures and videos, but you
Yeah.
said that you're not in that phase. So, but
Yes,
other than
exactly.
that,
All right. And you already
I
gave
feel
me
like
some.
information about who's the captain, perhaps, and like who's explaining which expertise, who's like talking about whales, what's their
Okay.
expertise, like meet your
Okay.
hosts, I think could be interesting.
All right. And based on everything that you told me, but I just wanted to check once again, maybe something else came to your mind. Can you think of something else that could be done to improve this app?
No, nothing in addition to everything I just shared.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, this was helpful a lot, and I cannot appreciate you more for this, for doing this for me. Um, your input will definitely is much appreciated and will definitely help me a lot to make future improvements and when submitting the final version of this application. So thank you once again for
Welcome.
joining me today. And yeah, I will let you know when the final version is out and you can check it out.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.